Hello everybody, I'm Blaze and Rebecca and welcome back to Strawberry Vinegar. We're here with Ray and she's on her own today because Licia was sick. Well, Licia must be contagious. Come to think of it, if there is something seriously wrong with Licia, how will Dad cope? Lucy's not human, so the medicine we have in our bathroom cupboard might not do anything to her. In fact, it could make her even worse. I thought Licia was only joking around when she said she had 7 stomachs, but what if that's true? How will this cough syrup work when it gets dispersed 7 different ways inside one person's digestive system? I swallow. Mom says girls look far less attractive when they're obviously desperate, their faces flush with sweat. I can't bring myself to care right now. Why does it matter if I look inelegant? I'm not trying to impress anyone. I just want to see Licia. I didn't expect to, but I miss her. Let's get home then. Dad, is Licia alright? That's the first thing I ask when I get home, before I even have a chance to take off my shoes. Hi! Dad pops his head out from behind the kitchen door, smiling sheepishly. Welcome home, Ray. Answer the damn question! I slip out of my shoes and discard my school bag, then walk to the kitchen. What are you doing here? If Licia's sick, shouldn't you be upstairs taking care of her? Well, you might have a point. I just thought it might be nice if I made her something to eat. Dude! Hey, weren't you listening to me earlier? Licia hasn't upset because you keep spoiling her. She doesn't need you to make her even more food. Well, I know that, and I think you made a very good point, but Licia hasn't had anything to eat all day. She's been sleeping, and I thought she might need something to replenish her strength. Oh, so what did you decide to make? Rice porridge, of course. Rice porridge with lots of spring onions. It's good for upset stomachs. I was gonna lecture Dad on his complete and utter lack of willpower, but I can't bring myself to now. He made a good point, actually. Surprisingly. Dad always used to make me rice porridge when I was sick. It's one of his specialties. Dad makes his rice porridge slightly thinner than most people. A 1:8 ratio of rice and water, which means the rice is softer and easier to digest. It's just a small gesture, but a lot of love and care goes into Dad's food. Not even a cynic like me can question that. It's been a while since I had an upset stomach, so I haven't eaten Dad's rice porridge for a couple of years. Dad says I'm such a serious, no-nonsense kind of girl. Germs and bugs are too afraid to try and infect me. Maybe he's right. Mom hardly ever gets sick either. Dad, on the other hand, gets cold all the year round, not just in winter. He's quite a frail person, despite being so tall. Guess that's a good idea. Rice porridge is kind of plain, but I'm sure Licia will appreciate it. Do you really think so? I don't want to bother her. If I make her something and she doesn't like it, wouldn't that just be a burden? You're worrying too much. Licia will eat anything if it stays still long enough. Let's hope so. It's been a while since I last made this, so I might be a bit rusty. Dad loves fussing. Okay, nice to know you're playing that. Dad loves fussing after me and Mom when we get ill, but he never treats himself when he's feeling under the weather. Maybe he's just... Okay! That's random. Sometimes I do wonder if he's... Okay, that's weird. Hey Ray, do you want to help out? Why are you asking? This is some elaborate ploy to get me into that stupid maid dress again, is it? Of course not, as if I do something underhanded. I just thought you might like to spend some time with me, that's all. Haven't I spent enough time with you already? Lately? More than usual, I suppose, but this isn't just for me. This is for Licia's sake, too. Why? You don't need my help. You're far better at cooking than I am. You say that, but you're a pretty good cook your own way. I'm sure your skills will surpass mine someday. Someday soon, most likely. Then I really will be useless. But I still don't know how to sew clothes like you. No, you don't. You don't really like the clothes I make for you, though. True. I don't believe in telling white lies, even if it might spare people's feelings. A lie is a lie, and there's no 2 ways about it. Well, I already knew that, but even so, you're Licia's friend, aren't you? I bite my lower lip. I'm not entirely sure of my own feelings, and I don't know what to say. I suppose I'm her friend. I'm not entirely sure. Since I've never had any friends before, it's hard for me to know. Well, no matter what you think, it's clear that Lycia likes you very much. I'm sure she'd be happy if you made her something. I know I would if I were in Lycia's shoes. I'm not so sure about that. I haven't seen Lycia all day, and I'd rather go and spend time with her right now. I don't know about that. Let's just help Dad make the porridge. Alright, I suppose I can lend a hand. But it's not for Lycia's sake or anything. Sure. Who am I trying to kid anyway? I don't like liars, but lately I've been finding it hard to face up to my own feelings. If only I knew what my own feelings actually were. Alright, here I am. I've even put on that stupid maid outfit like you wanted. Though it's true you look very cute, Wei, I never said you had to wear it. You might get me in trouble if you say things like that. Then why'd you bother sewing this in the first place? I don't know, I just thought it'd be fun. I saw this cute advert on TV with a bunch of maids and I was inspired to make maid dresses. So you get passionate about maid dresses, do you? Come on, Ray, now you're making me sound like a deviant. I just like cute things, that's all. Dad's blushing so much I'm starting to feel a little guilty. I know I shouldn't be so mean to him, but I can't help myself. Sometimes I feel sorry for Dad, but I shouldn't have to, should I? I'm almost 30 years younger than he is. Alright, stop talking about the dress. Shall we start cooking? Yes, I would like that more than anything. I think he really means it too. Though I agreed to help Dad, the rice porridge is a very simple dish, so there isn't much for me to do. I sit at the kitchen table with legs crossed. Everything is silent for a while, save for the gentle simmering of water inside the rice pot. When... Oh, Ray, can I ask you something? You just did. Well, I suppose I did, but could I ask you something else? Of course, you just did it again. Stop it! I can never get one on you, can I? You really are like Yuki. I was just wondering, you don't think I'm annoying, do you? Huh? Why are you asking me that? I can't imagine it's very common for middle-aged men to seek affirmation from 9-year-old girls, even if those 9-year-old girls are their daughters. Well, I feel like I know you a lot, and I was a little curious. No father wants to annoy their only daughter, but I think I might know you despite myself. Well, it's not that you annoy me, not exactly. It's more like you exasperate me. Exasperate? Is that really any better? I'm not sure. Maybe the two emotions aren't quite as similar as I thought. That stings a little. Oh no! Then why'd you bother asking the question? Didn't you want to hear the reply? I did, I guess, but it's just as bad as I thought. I'm sorry if I haven't been a very good father to you, Ray. I know I'm not as responsible as your mother. I mean, I don't even have a job. I stopped working to support your mother, but it's been almost 9 years now. You're not as young as you used to be, and you're getting older every day. You're always at school now, and you don't need me to stay at home to look after you. Taking care of Lycia today made me realize something. I like fussing over people, and I like being relied on. I'm not happy that Lycia is sick, but I'm a little glad I was able to do something useful for a change. It sounds kind of selfish, though. Dad laughs, running a hand through his hair. I've always thought my dad is a relatively young man, but I suddenly noticed that the lines under his eyes are starting to look more pronounced. Is it from stress? You wouldn't think Dad would have much to get stressed about, being sat at home all day, but maybe not. It's precisely because he's always at home alone that he overthinks things and makes himself unhappy. I just miss it when you were little and you still wanted me to play with you. I like going on walks with you at the park, and I like braiding your hair. I like telling you bedtime stories. I like teaching you how to swim, and how to ride a bike, and how to cook. We haven't spent nearly as much time together these last few years, have we? Of course not. It's like you said, I'm getting older. I don't need you to support me anymore. Why do you be blunt about it? I know, and I'm happy you've become so wonderful. And I'm not just saying that because I'm your dad. You really are wonderful, right? It just makes me feel a little bit unnecessary, maybe? I'm not really sure, but when you called me annoying earlier, it made me think. Maybe I've been trying to coddle you too much. I know it can be a little too enthusiastic sometimes, and I'm scared it's pushing you away. You've grown up an awful lot over the last few years. Maybe I should try to do the same. Wow. Lissy, are you awake? Oh, hey! Ray? Lissy's bright red eyes blink once, then twice. Her face is pale, but she looks slightly better than she did this morning. She's even able to sit herself up, though not without a certain amount of effort. You're right. Don't exert yourself if you still feel sick. I'm okay. I was sleeping for most of the day, so I feel just fine. I raised an eyebrow. Are you sure? You haven't even mentioned the tray I'm holding, and you usually comment on that first. Guess I've been kind of out of it lately. I had this really weird dream. Oh, what was it about? Food! I dreamt I got kicked out of hell, and there was a weird stuffed doll monster thingy, and then I had to team up with a talking bass guitar to save a girl made out of marshmallows. That sounds like a pretty strange dream, alright. It was. The strange thing is, I didn't even get to eat the marshmallow girl, though I'm sure she would have been very delicious. Oh no, what a tragedy. It was! It made me cry! Obviously. Anyway, Dad thought you might be hungry, so we made you this. I placed the tray on the side of Lucia's bed, or my bed, rather. Oh my god! There's gonna be an achievement. I called it! Achievement, rice porridge! The rice porridge sits on the corner of the wooden tray, streaming softly, perspiration running down the rim of the bowl. The rice inside is pure, fluffy white, diluted by hot water and topped with green, springy onions. The bowl of rice porridge is accompanied by one of Dad's favorite herbal remedies, a mug of ginger tea. The tea was made by mixing half a teaspoon of ginger root powder with brown rice malt, then adding hot water. The warming concoction is supposed to improve the circulation and combat common colds and allergies. That's what Dad says anyway. And I'll be back with more. See ya!